Blackkklansman is a film by director Spike Lee, or a joint by director Spike Lee. The first film I ever saw of his was Do the Right Thing, and I think that's one of the best films I've ever seen. It's definitely his best film. I don't think Spike Lee was ever better than that point, than when he made Do the Right Thing. It's just a powerful film, powerful message, made very well and uniquely. And yeah, I don't think he's been able to top that ever since. Not seen too many Spike Lee movies. I'm not a huge fan of his, although I did meet him one time. He came to my high school back in 2007, and I was chosen to introduce him to the school. And yeah, I got to meet him, ask him a few questions and stuff. But he's a great guy. I could tell he didn't want to talk about movies, so I asked him about other things, and he's very engaged about that kind of stuff. But yeah, good dude. I'm gonna get into, or start off with the things that I liked first, and that's the style of this film. Thankfully, the film has a competent filmmaker and one that's a veteran, and there's that classic kind of Spike Lee style to it, kind of 70s at times, kind of nostalgic for 70s, aesthetics, from the music to the things they're talking about, the lingo they use. And it's nice. It's nice to see a movie that feels like it's being directed. It doesn't just seem bland and by the numbers. It definitely has a lot of style, a lot of soul, because of that. And I also like the characters a lot. I like the president of the Black Rights Club. I forget what they're called. She was a good character. She was strong. She's very opinionated, for better or worse, but, that's what she needs to be. That's what her character needs to be. I like our protagonist. I don't think I've ever seen him in any other movie, but he's really good in this one. You can definitely see that there's a past to him, that it's kind of alluded to, and you see what his motivations are. His motives are always clear. He's a very good character and portrayed very well by the actor. I like Adam Driver's character. We get some info on his background that seems very interesting, but never just outright spills the beans and goes in debt. It's kind of realistic. Just gives you little hints as to what made these characters the way they are. And it's handled very well. The characters are handled well, and I definitely like that. But some of the cons on this film is that going in, I thought it'd be a film that was, and it looked like this in the trailer, that was going to be portraying the sides of the police, the oppressors, and the oppressed, of the blacks, kind of biased, or kind of unbiasedly, kind of portray both of them as negative, or their strengths and their weakness evenly. But I never expected the Klan to be portrayed as sympathetic, because, it's good luck doing that. I don't think that's very easy to do. But I definitely expected the police to come off as, less one-sided, or the views of this movie less one-sided. But it very clearly is, if you're not for the cause of, brothers and sisters getting together and, liberation of black people, then they're just portrayed as bad guys, or kind of mean dudes. And it's like, okay, I guess that's if that's Spike Lee's prerogative, he's entitled to do that. But I thought it would be a little less one-sided. Spike Lee, I think, wanted to make a film that's kind of cathartic in its portrayal of the movements. You have a character that our protagonist who faces, racism and kind of takes a lot of crap from this, the the Klan and from his like fellow police officers that are racist. And in the end, the film kind of gives us this like, it's kind of like a revenge porn where we just get images of like black sticking it back to the man, and that's great. That's what cinema's for. It's to make us feel good. It's cathartic. It's feel good. I don't agree that is for the better of the film, but I'm reminded of the ending of this movie. That kind of, we have this movie end with two very bad dudes getting blown up, and that's great. They got their comeuppance. That's good to see. Then this other racist cop gets his comeuppance. He gets, in the span of like 3 minutes, all this happens. Like it's really fast, and it's kind of odd how cheerful and happy this ending is. We get to see, our hero, get celebrated and all this stuff, and it's just, especially after, being told that his entire case is gonna have its record deleted and no one will ever know what happened, but he's still happy to be a cop, and he's getting awarded, and he's getting all these bad dudes that harmed him, taught their lesson. And David Duke gets a phone call, and he's told that he was talking to a black man the whole time, and it wasn't a white man like he thought. And that's great and all, but it's very unrealistic. It just came off as like a feel-good ending that Spike Lee was forced to write, but something tells me he wasn't forced. He just wanted it, which is good. Like, maybe that's the film that needs to happen right now, is a film that's just cathartic and feels good, and it's like, let black people have this moment. Let them have this film. I agree with that. That I can definitely see that. But I guess my thing is that I was expecting to see a film more like Do the Right Thing, where we don't necessarily get a cathartic ending. We don't get a happy ending. It's a conflicting, tough ending to swallow. We don't get that like in Do the Right Thing. Do the Right Thing had a fantastic, memorable ending because it felt realistic. It felt dirty. It felt real. It wasn't, a happy ending where we get all the bad guys get taught a lesson, and all the people that got oppressed have their big victorious moment. No, Do the Right Thing had a very ugly ending, and that's why it was so great. That's why it's so memorable and powerful and realistic. And this movie was just, it was kind of like a cartoon. It just, I don't know. Like I said, maybe Spike Lee's intention was just to make a film that's kind of feel-goody and stylistic, and it's not as artful. But then I say that, but the ending, the real last images of this film are images from what happened a year ago in 2017, August 2017, in Charlottesville, USA. And it's kind of got this, bleak message or call to arms saying, hey, racism isn't over. Like, Rod Stallworth didn't end it by sticking it to the KKK one time. It's still out there. It's saying we have to try harder. We have to fight back. It's a call to arms. It's a warning. It's kind of bleak. And then with that ending, it just kind of was conflicting. It's like, what does it want? Does it want to be a happy film or like a cathartic film, or does it want to be, politically charged and serious? And it just was not it wasn't an ideal, clean ending. It was very jumbled, and it just kind of was annoying, because then there was also a bunch throughout the movie. There was like sprinklings of like jokes saying, oh well, David Duke would never make it to the presidency, or like David Duke hasn't Donald Trump would never, someone like him would never make it to the president. And it's like, we're supposed to do like a wink wink haha moment. There were a few of those that just felt like, okay, we get it, I'm not stupid. Like, I definitely didn't need to hear that. I know what the current political climate is, and these topical kind of wink wink moments, they tend to date a movie and make it, kind of less than in the future. So there goes any chance of this movie being any kind of like a classic. It's a movie of the month kind of thing, and that's unfortunate. I kind of was hoping this would be Spike Lee's next Do the Right Thing, but that's fine. It doesn't have to be. I'm perfectly fine if Spike Lee never tops that, and just that's more than most people have. So he doesn't have to try and top that film. It's just I was kind of hoping it would, but oh well. I'm not going to hold it too much against this film. That's why I'm going to be a little generous and give it a 7 out of 10. It's fun. I recommend seeing it. No need to go to the cinema, really. It's not like it needs to be seen there. I guess just to feel out other people. I definitely like that about seeing this movie with other people. You can kind of hear some people get frustrated at points, like where, I don't know, or get angry, or sometimes just laugh, or at how absurd things get, or how absurd things are now. And it's just, yeah, it's fun for that reason. But otherwise, it doesn't need to be seen in a cinema. You can definitely see it when it comes to home video. But yeah, Blackkklansman, 7 out of 10. Go if you really want to, but you don't have to. You can wait. And that's it. So I was really kind of secretly hoping, and this is just my opinion, just my secret wish. I was hoping it was gonna be a comedy, like a buddy cop comedy with Adam Driver and I don't know the actor's name, the protagonist of the movie. They seem like a good combo. They definitely had some chemistry, and they're both pretty cool characters, and it would have been neat to see a buddy cop film with these two. And oh well, I definitely want to see more of these actors. Definitely Adam Driver, of course. I've seen many films and TV shows with him. He's a pretty good actor. I like his style, and definitely this protagonist, whoever plays the protagonist to this movie. I will remember your name after this, but I don't know it right now. But yeah, I would be down to see more movies with him in it.